Tendrel. And this is something which I am really interested in. And the truth of interdependence, some call it dependent arising. If Rinpoche would be so kind as to share something on that, as my limited reading and study of this has only confused me further.
I mean, I cannot also claim to be the expert on them, then I will become Buddha, but I will be the Buddha. But a little bit of understanding I have, if I may share with you. If I put it very simply, Tendrel is what makes Ematatsi. Because to make Ematatsi, you need cheese, chili, butter, firing pan. So when all of this comes together, then it becomes a Ematatsi. So Ematatsi is dependent on chili, butter, cook all of that. So that is the basically saying that similarly how Ematatsi is, cannot have its own identity, its own existence. But for Ematatsi to exist, it has to depend on cheese, butter, and chili. Similarly, every phenomenon in this world, whether it is a house, whether it is a sound, whether it's emotions, concepts, are also due to so many cause and conditions coming together and making it look so solid. So that is also the reason why we say, because in order to make Ematatsi has no existent, inherent entity, chili is so important. The right salt is so important. Cheese is so important because it is no inherent existent. Similarly, since in this world, everything comes about because of cause and condition, that's why karma is so important. So, as much as chili and cheese are important in Ematatsi, so is cause and condition, which are the karma. That is how the lay jumde comes into effect.
Further follow-up on Tendrel would be, how is this understanding? Of course, I think this needs further study subjectively for oneself, but how is the truth of Tendrel supposed to help me or an individual?
This, about 1 or 2 years ago, I went to Risum Gompa in Tashiangtse. So Risum Gompa is one of the very holy places in the east, and it has many beautiful murals. The Tokje Pasam teaching is supposed to be the most beautiful in the Bhutan. So just below that Risum Gompa Gine, there is Zambala, the Buddha of the wells, the holy place. And then after I prostrated, and they said that you should collect a little bit of earth from the dirt from the stone, and then you should check what is inside. If you can see some hair, especially yak or horse, that means you have got a ngudup of the yak ngudup. So you'll have a lot of yaks or a lot of horses. So I was telling them that I hope I don't get the ngudup like that, yak and ngudup horse, because in this modern time, where can I keep the yak and horse? I have no place to keep. But my point is that 40, 50 years ago, the definition of a successful man is how many yaks you have, how many horses you have, how many paddy fields you have. Nowadays, the wealthiest people, that is not the definition. The wealthiest people probably doesn't have single yak also. All of his wealth is probably digitized or in credit card or even maybe paper money nowadays. So that means that concept of the wealth has changed. So what has changed is that in the olden days, the concept of the wealth is yaks and rice fields and all of that. So that was because of the many conditions, right? Conceptual society condition, over the change, media, whatever, all of this condition came together. Now the concept of the wealth is something entirely different. So that shows that even the definition of success is conditional. It's like the Ematatsi. You need all of this condition come together, then so-called idea of success. So when you understand that, I think you will be a little bit less fanatical about success. The success is also very much conceptual thing. It is not something that is fixed. At that 50 years ago, having yaks and all of that, they were very rich in their own concept, society's concept. That's true. Now they are not. What has changed? Has a yak changed? Nothing. The concept has changed. The conditions have changed. So similarly, the fashion. Why is it that every year fashion changes? Because the condition changes. The chili, the cheese, all of this changes. So the Ematatsi has changed. So the changed. So if you understand that, what is the benefit is that I think you will be a little bit less fanatical. Otherwise, if you, let's say this year you are not fortunate enough to look like a Korean boy or girl, doesn't matter. It's a conditional thing. Next year the fashion might be, you might look like a Bhutanese boy and girl. Then you will be right in the fashion. So I don't think that much of fanaticism and that much of pride also actually. Like once in school I was talking about what is the Buddhist view on the wealth in Buddhism. So I was saying from Mahayana point of view, the wealth should be used for the benefit of others. From the Vajrayana point of view, that to understand wealth as a concept is the Vajrayana's view. 100 years ago, a rich person would be going on a horse. Everybody was saying, wow, what a great horse. Nowadays, a rich person goes on a horse in the middle of the street. Everybody will be laughing at him. Now you have to go on a BMW or something. That is the concept. So Vajrayana practitioner should always remember that even though he's going in a BMW, he's basically going on a 21st century version of a horse. There's nothing to be proud about it. He can use it, whatever, but nothing to proud, nothing to attach about it. So it helps in kind of not being so grasping, I think.